Hello there, my name is PG Bell. I'm the author of the Train to Impossible Places adventures. There are two books available in the series so far. The first is, well, The Train to Impossible Places, and the second is The Great Brain Robbery. And if you don't know the books at all, they are fast-paced fantasy adventures. Think the Polar Express mixed with The Wizard of Oz and a little bit of James Bond and Harry Potter thrown in for good measure. They're the story of Suzy, who's a very sensible, very smart 11-year-old girl who lives a perfectly normal, humdrum life until she's woken in the middle of the night by a train rushing through her house. Now, needless to say, this isn't an ordinary train, it's a magical postal train delivering letters and parcels from one impossible world to another. And Suzy decides to sneak on board and see where it's going, and soon finds herself wrapped up in a high-speed adventure with its crew of trolls and a whole host of weird and wonderful characters as she tries to stay one step ahead of danger and save reality as she knows it. So yeah, I'm going to read you a little bit of The Great Brain Robbery, which is the latest book in the series, just to whet your appetite, and I hope you enjoy it. By the time the train emerged from the tunnel, Suzy was already at the cab window, anxious to see what awaited her. Blazing sunlight streamed in, forcing her to shield her eyes, and it was a moment before she could blink away the glare and look out. And down. The express was racing along a railway line cut into the side of a narrow mountain ravine. Its steep slopes were clad in dense tropical foliage and fell away to a ribbon of surging white water far below. Blade-like peaks of dark grey rock pierced the jungle beyond. Wisps of cloud clung to their tips, waterfalls spilled down their sides, and rainbows arced from one peak to another like ghostly bridges. It was beautiful. It was also sweltering, and a thick, muggy heat began to squeeze its way into the cab from outside. The sun had clearly been up for hours here. Suzy still wasn't entirely sure how time worked in the impossible places. Each world seemed to keep different hours, so it could be early morning in one, while it was late afternoon in another, which was why she had made sure to bring her watch from home. No matter what time it was in Trollville, or Cloudforge, or anywhere else, her watch kept ticking away the seconds at the same steady pace, so she could tell exactly how much time had passed at home. Right now, the watch told her it was almost midnight there, and she felt a little thrill of excitement. She was never normally up so late. She pictured her street, the rows of identical houses with their darkened windows, 100 sleeping souls waiting for their alarm clocks to start a new day of work, school, and routine. And here she was, riding with her friends into a magical land, half a reality away, under the light of a different sun.